almost ape-like creature that stood tall above everything else, had the power to uproot trees and throw them. A lot of that strength, they say, comes from their midsection, that the Sasquatch have a very huge, well, it must have a lot of muscle in it, but it looks like blubber. It looks pretty fat, but it must have some muscle in there somewhere. But hopefully, in our search, we'll be able to sight one of the Sasquatches. Come on, bud, hurry up!
He's an interesting creature.
Ranger Ricky, what is that? Could you tell us where Ranger Ricky can be found? Stuck on the bridge.
Take a whiff. Take a deep breath.
I can smell it.
Please call 1-800-CATCH-BS.
Ranger Ricky, are you there?
Ranger Ricky here. A female species of his own kind.
This monster, this hideous beast, is a danger to tourists and residents here in northern Georgia alike.
Wait, please don't touch the evidence.
It's all fitting together, Derek. It's all fitting together.
Way up in the north woods and deep in the dark pine that blacken the mountains of the Cascade Range, they still tell the tales of an Indian legend. Sasquatch is the legend, Bigfoot is the name. The Indians
Well, I mean, I guess for me, it's always been there. I mean, my father disappearing before I was even born. Bigfoot's been a part of my life.
I have encountered a Sasquatch over 238 times. That mind. Do you know what it's like to touch the mind of a Sasquatch? He offered me a chai latte. Called me his friend.
I know about Sasquatch. My job is to find Bill Hines. And if we find a Sasquatch along the way, then that's just a bonus.
I'm not really sure how I got pulled into all this. Yeah, I've had so many witnesses. One of my friends, a whole pasture of cows went missing from these Sasquatches.
Bigfoot was the game.
Okay, this way to Track Rock, folks.
Track Rock Gap is one of the most significant rock art sites in the southern United States. It consists of 6 table-sized soapstone boulders containing hundreds of symbols and figures. The carvings were made by Native Americans beginning around 1000 AD. While it is not certain the exact origin of the carvings, the Cherokee name for the gap is Datsu Nostalgiae, where there are tracks, or Dagineha, printed place.
These boulders are in fact a portal to the Squatch dimension. As this plaque here has said, the natives believed that spirits would keep herds of animals underground, and that this rock represented that. So it is my belief that using the power of these boulders, the Squatches came to our dimension, brought animals to sustain themselves, and also to reduce methane in the atmosphere, and brought them back to the Squatch dimension.
Okay, well, this isn't gonna help us find the Hineses.
Hunter, your father and his brother disappeared while searching for the Sasquatch. If we find the Sasquatch, we will find your father.
I'm aware he was last seen around a Bigfoot, but that doesn't mean he's still with him now. It's been 18 years since then.
Hunter, it is clear to me that the reason he hasn't been found is that he was taken by the Squatches into the Squatch dimension to reach a new level of enlightenment.
No. Okay, that's just stupid. I'm gonna go find some facts. I'm gonna see go find whoever was with him last, and see if they can help.
I have investigative experience, so I'll stick with the young Hines child.
Okay, I will stay here and converse with witnesses, see if I can find anything about the Squatch, and to a lesser extent, about your father.
I've got some connections around here. As long as y'all are still paying me, I'll drive Bobo here around and tell my witnesses.
You know, somebody's got to keep him out of trouble.
One night in Vegas and no one's let me live it down.
Not again.
I heard my dog barking in the backyard, and I went out there and I saw a giant creature. The only thing I can think is it was Sasquatch. And I tried to get as close to it as I could. Then my dog started chasing it and it jumped the fence and ran out of the woods. This was about a year ago.
I was so scared. I saw something running across the road right in front of my car, and it went into the woods. It was incredible. I don't know what it was. I'm not gonna call it by name, but it was weird.
Yes. Yes, this woman knows what she's talking about.
So one day I was back behind my house in my stream and I was fishing, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, out of the woods, came this man-like creature. And at first it's like, is that a guy dressed up? And then you notice that it's furry and that it doesn't look like a costume.
I was standing there and I saw something black, and it was walking through the woods, and I was getting one close to it, then I went back, and then there was a whole cave of Sasquatches, and I went, and I went, and I
He's just not a reliable witness.
Okay, so who are we going to find?
So we're going to see Ranger Ricky, who worked at Big Belly Creek at the time that Bill and Derik went missing. She's the one that found their camera.
Yeah, she was the last one to see him.
Yeah, she's the last one to see them together and alive. And she's the one that found their camera, got the recording of the Sasquatch.
Is she still local around here?
Yeah, so she still lives here. She actually still works at Big Belly Creek.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
But we're gonna go to her house to find her.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Hey, come here. Willow. Hey, Willow, leave them alone.
Is this the home of Ranger Ricky?
Yeah.
Where can we find her?
Up in the ditch. Sorry about my dog.
Thank you.
Come here. Willow. Come here. Sit.
Ranger Ricky?
Why, yes, it is.
Hi. We're with H&H Research.
Well,
Do you recognize
oh
the
my
name?
goodness, I do. It's been a long, long time.
Yeah, we've got a few questions for you.
Well, we need to talk about that because there are a lot of interesting things that have happened since well, I don't know how you're related to those other boys, but since they were here, we'll have to talk. It's hot out here. Why don't we just go on inside?
Sounds great.
All right.
Oh, that's been so long ago. It's been, 18 or 20 years ago when they were in this area doing some research on Sasquatch. And I found their camera and I actually recorded him, Sasquatch, doing some kind of weird movements and dance, and it was very, very scary. But for years and years and years, we've never seen those boys, those Hines boys from the research company. And like I said, Hunter, I really think that you should talk to Mr. Bosserman of Bosserman Industries, because, as I said, there's lots of confidential information that he could maybe share a little bit with you and some of those technology pieces that we're using. So I really thank you for coming out and talking to me, and hopefully we can revisit this at another time, but I do have another appointment that I have to attend. So have a good day, and hopefully we'll be in touch.
So where are we traveling to?
So we're headed to Helen, Georgia. My second cousin has a son who says he's seen Bigfoot, and that's my easiest person and thought of as trustworthy, this witness.
He's seen the Squatch.
Well, he claims to. That's for us to decide, though.
Who would lie about seeing Sasquatch? We have traveled to Helen, Georgia to converse with a man by the name of Derik Hines, who claims to have communed with the Sasquatches.
Reckon y'all want to know about my encounter with the Squatch?
Yes, we want to hear of your communion.
All right. Well, I was driving down the road. I was on my Segway. I was just, you know, cruising along like I normally do to go pick up my dog from the kennel. And just out in the middle of the road, I see this large creature, and the midsection on him was it was crazy on that thing. I knew something was up when I smelled it I was on my Segway. As soon as I started it up, I said, that ain't the smell of my gasoline. I knew something was up, something. I could feel it in the air. And so I was just cruising, and he ran out right in front of me. You know, he was walking like this, and man, it was quite a sight. It scared me half to death.
Okay, wait. Who is the Boserman she was talking about? Chris?
Chris Boserman, who was funding at the time H&H researchers. So he knew the Hines boys and your dad and your Uncle Derik, and so he might have some leads for us. He has a personal investment in this because that is kind of what drug his company down under. So maybe he'll have something for us to hear.
Hines boys, boy, it's been a long time since I've heard those guys' names. Chris Boserman, president of Boserman Industries. 18 years ago, those two deadbeats came to me asking for funding, and I funded them handsomely. In fact, for quite a while, I pumped a bunch of money into their research, looking for that big hairy beast in northern Georgia, and ultimately it became the beginning of the end of Boserman Industries. We had to declare bankruptcy. We were acquired by a Chinese conglomerate, and I'm now just relegated to a trustee board position, and they've now asked us for funding again. And so what I know is that Derik Hines apparently came out of the woods a short time after the release of that video, and I think he was a groupie and followed the Grateful Dead around the country at concerts all over. He became kind of a panhandler. He kept sending me requests for money, and I think he's now he's really bat crap crazy in an institution somewhere. So that's what I know. I haven't heard from that Bill Hines guy. Wouldn't surprise me if he's holed up in some hollow in northern Georgia still.
Dobie, good to see you again, brother.
Good to see you, Bobo.
So this is where you saw the Bigfoot.
Yes, ma'am, right here on this road.
So we're just gonna try to reenact it with Bobo here, and you just kind of tell us where it was, how much taller this Sasquatch was.
Or shorter. Skunk apes have been known to be shorter.
Ready, Bobo?
Keep on going. Look, keep on going. Keep on. A little bit. Wait. Right right there, right there. That's how big he was, right there. Uh-huh. Yep.
So, just kind of why we're doing this is size portions, just to see if a human could have been the one that you saw.
Mm-hmm. Well, wasn't no human. He must have been eating a lot of little W's with that midsection.
Go, Bobo. Was that about the size as the Sasquatch you saw?
Yeah, a little bit bigger than that. I mean, I say give him another foot and a lot bigger. It definitely wasn't no human after seeing him run across the street.
Give him another foot. Okay, how about, was that a little bit closer what you saw?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. It definitely wasn't no human though.
So, this Sasquatch that he thinks he saw is about, probably, not even 8 feet tall. And every story that I've heard that I think is accurate is at least that tall, so I'm not really certain about this one. So.
What this brother saw was a squatch. The Sasquatches in this area have been known to be just a tad shorter than the average Sasquatch. And, as we all know, the Squatch is a shy creature. He, odds are, saw his moped and fled in sheer terror.
Yeah, I'm really glad that these folks came on out to help me. Lucille doesn't seem too sold on my story, but Bobo Fett really gets me. He knows that what I saw is a Squatch, and I'm glad to be working with him.
Why are we going this way? Shouldn't we be going back?
We've got one more stop to make.
My name is Special Agent Eiler. All this Sasquatch talk has nothing to do with what actually happened. As our previous largest case file of Tara Grinstead, we always know that it's definitely the closest person to the person. So I'm thinking that Derik was the sole person that was involved in this case. I'm just here to get rid of all this hearsay about the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever you want to call it, because that's a bunch of garbage. The only thing that matters in this is to find the truth of what happened. This is the largest case file in Georgia history, and I'm gonna solve it.
Okay, that's enough. Cut. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. We've heard enough.
Oi!
We've
This
heard
is
enough.
my interview.
We've heard enough.
Out!
You've had 18
Why are you
years.
even in here?
We've heard enough.
Why are you even in here?
This is, sir, this is my case. Thank you. So you guys just got a chance to hear from Special Agent Eiler inside this warehouse where the GBI is, and so here we are.
Undisclosed warehouse.
We are certain that what he said happened did not happen. That's not our working theory, but we did want you to hear what the GBI has been doing for the past 18 years. That's right.
Neat.
Eiler.
Oh, call Hunter.
No, that's fine. Hello? Yeah, let me put you on speaker.
So we were down here following up a lead, and we saw something run across the road. You gotta get down here real quick.
Alright, we'll be there right away.
It's right around here.
Okay, so what is it exactly that you think you saw?
It's the Squatch, man. I know it. I could feel the aura.
You guys actually run. What is that? What? Holy chicken! No, right there. Look. Oh my God! It's a spot.
It's Bill. It's Bill.
Go, go,
I
go,
know
go,
that
go,
stature
come on.
anywhere. I've studied these films. Careful, careful, careful. Don't scare him off.
Excuse me. Are you...
Look at that, baby! Woo! Dinner!
Sir, you look like a man, but you have the rugged majesty of a squatch. Explain yourself.
So what do you guys want?
Bill Hines.
What?
Bill Hines.
I've been calling that name for a long time. Billy Hines! That is me. So what do you want?
We've been tracking you.
We've been looking for you. You've been missing for 18 years.
17 3/4 by my calculations.
Calculation is
That's
wrong.
not even true.
Guys, I've been in these woods for 18 years because of this legend called the Sasquatch. Well, it's no legend. I've seen him. I've seen what he can do. I've seen his midsection up close. Matter of fact, I was so close I touched it one night.
So what happened to your brother?
I've been in the woods for 18 years now. In hunt of Sasquatch, in the last 5, also searching for my brother Derik. I'm not sure if he left permanently or if Sachi got him.
What are you still doing out here?
I have been hot on the trail of a Bigfoot. Matter of fact, not just one, an entire colony of Bigfoots.
Ask your husband to the Squatch dimension. Ask your husband to the Squatch dimension.
Touch their belly, I told you that! But you know what? I want to capture one. Just one. If I can capture just one, I don't need Chris Boserman's endorsements anymore. I'm gonna do it. Plus, my brother. I'm not sure where he's at, if they captured him or what, but I will find him!
Jim?
I know he's out there, and I'm gonna find him!
Help! Wait, Squatch man!
Well, we found him. He's not really in his right mind. Not really sure whether or not he knows that I'm his son. Either way, we're going on a Bigfoot hunt. I've told him we could use some of the techniques Ranger Ricky showed us, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, wait! Look. Squatch print. Look at the toes. You can see it. Don't disturb the evidence. Whoa! Look at that! It's a scrape on the ground.
Yeah, hunters call those scrapes, right?
Yeah, scrapes on the ground. Scrapes on the ground. Hey, I gotta get some stuff. I'm gonna set a trap. I'm gonna catch you. Yeah. Keep supplies here. Setting the traps. Let's go. Let's get this trap set. Whenever you find a scrape on the ground, you know they're going to return to that spot. So we got to set this right here. Oh, they love Dr. Pepper. Oh, and bacon cheddar chips, baby. We'll just lay this there because, believe me, this guy we're trying to get loves anything pop flavored, smelling. So, let's see what we can do. We're going to go over here and let's see if we can make this happen.
This is a trick I learned in Tibet.
No, this is how you knock.
go check the traps. Whoa! It's empty! Something's been here! Still there, it's moving through the trees! And there's a human with them! Could it be? Could it be?